All right, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. As I said, go check it out on the blog because you got to see these pianos. They're pretty fun, and you got to see his warehouse and all of that, the workspace. It's pretty cool. All right, well, let's get into English time. We're going to study some English together as we always do. Here we go.
Yeah. Keep it a buck, yeah. You feeling stuck, yeah. Fresh out of luck, yeah. All through the mud, yeah. When I'm feeling down, gotta look up, yeah. That's where I'm leaning, yeah. That's where I trust. I can't get no push, I don't need it though. You keep sending out texts, I ain't read it though. I've been on God's watch.
Have you ever made an honest mistake before? Have you ever made an honest mistake before? Well, we all have. Yeah, and you'll probably make some even this weekend, whenever. We do every day. Sometimes we make honest mistakes. But what does it mean? What does that mean to make an honest mistake? Well, maybe you've heard it before. I had a lot of people comment on this. They were confused by the term because it sounds a little bit misleading, the title, an honest mistake, okay? But what it means, basically, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and sometimes the mistakes are really bad mistakes, okay? And they're our fault, like we did it. It's our fault. We have to own it. We have to say sorry for that because we caused it. And that was a big mistake, something I did, that really, like say, I called someone stupid and it hurt their feelings. That's my fault. That's not an honest mistake. Okay, that's just a mistake. So there's a difference between an honest mistake and a mistake. A mistake like that, I called someone stupid. I said, "Hey, you stupid fat guy." That's a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. I need to say sorry. That's a problem. Okay, but an honest mistake, sometimes we make mistakes by accident. We just didn't know. Maybe we didn't know. Maybe we just didn't have enough information, or we were just ignorant about something, some situation. We're new. Maybe you're new to some place. You just don't know. In that case, that kind of mistake is called an honest mistake. Okay, it's honest because, in other words, it's innocent. It's innocent. I think the word honest here is the misleading thing. It would have been better if we said an innocent mistake. But the phrase is honest mistake, and when you think of it, just think of innocent mistake, pure. In other words, like I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't mean to do that. So if I call someone fat and stupid, now that's not an honest mistake. You're not going to say that by accident, right? Okay, but there are other situations. There are other situations where you might accidentally say something wrong. Like, for example, if you see someone and you say, "Oh, you got your hair cut," and they say, "No, I didn't." Okay, that's an honest mistake. You didn't mean to. You weren't trying to be mean. You just said something that was wrong. Okay, happens to all of us. We all do it. It's embarrassing. Nobody likes it, but it happens. You still need to apologize for honest mistakes. Okay, if you make an honest mistake and you don't say sorry, it turns into a real mistake, and then people get angry. Right? So if you say something to someone by accident, it's okay. Usually people are pretty forgiving, okay, if you say sorry. But if you don't say sorry, then it seems like a real mistake and people are angry. Okay, but with honest mistakes, usually people are pretty forgiving. Okay, if you say, "I'm sorry," if you just say, "Hey, it was an honest mistake. I'm really sorry." They'll probably say, "Oh, don't worry about it. Happens to all of us. It's no big deal." Okay, for example, let me give you an example here. Like, for example, I said, when you see, like, let's say I saw this guy, he's kind of overweight, and I said, "Hey, you're fat and stupid, buddy." Okay, that's, as I said, not an honest mistake. That's very mean. That's cruel. I shouldn't do that. I need to say sorry. But, okay, let me give you another example. What if you see a woman who looks pregnant, and you say to the woman, "Hey, when is the baby due? Wow, when's the baby coming? When's the due date?" And then she says, "What are you talking about? I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant." Then you can say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It was an honest mistake." Okay, and she'll still probably punch you in the face. This is a real situation. This happened to me when I was young, not now, because now I've learned. But I think I was like 17. I was in high school, 16, 17, and I saw this woman at church, I think, and I don't know why I said that. I honestly, this was a long time ago. I can't remember. I was young. I was stupid. But she was a little overweight, I guess. But, not overweight, just kind of in the stomach area. And so I said to her, wow, when is the baby due? When are you going to have the baby? And she said, I'm not pregnant. And that feeling when you make an honest mistake like that, a really embarrassing one, and you just feel like you want to curl up into a ball and die. That's what I felt like when I said that to her. I don't think I ever talked to her again because I was too embarrassed. That kind of thing, that's an honest mistake. Now, that's an extreme example. Most of our honest mistakes are not that stupid and crazy, but, sometimes they are. Lots of times we do things, just little accidents, little things that we should have known, but we didn't know. And that's an honest mistake. So let me give you some more examples here. Someone might say, hey, sorry, I forgot to text you back last night. It was an honest mistake. That's a simple one, right? You get text messages all day long. Sometimes you get them at nighttime and you're tired, you're sleepy, or you're busy and you just forget to text the person back. They might be angry, but you can just say, oh, look, I'm sorry. It was an honest mistake. I just, I got busy. I forgot about it. That kind of thing. And usually people will say, all right, no big deal. If they get upset about that, then probably you need a new friend because that's a small thing to get upset about, right? As long as you apologize and say it was an honest mistake. Or this one, he's not a bad guy. I think it was just an honest mistake. Let's give him a second chance. Okay, that could be you're talking to your friend and she has some bad experience with a guy or a coworker, and you say, you know the guy, he's not a bad guy. So you could say, oh, come on, he's not a bad guy. Let's give him a second chance. I think that was just an honest mistake. Okay, some people pretty well that like if they do something wrong, other people, if they don't know them well, they could get offended or get upset. But you know them, so you could say, I think it's just an honest mistake. It's not he didn't mean it. He's not a bad guy. That kind of situation. Or this one, she got her hair cut, and I didn't notice, so she's angry at me. It was an honest mistake. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. I don't know why I keep using this example. Maybe it happened to me too. Guys, we're not very good at noticing things. A lot of wives and a lot of girlfriends get very angry at their boyfriend or husband because they don't notice. They got my hair colored, I got my hair cut, I got my eyelashes done, I got something, and he didn't notice, right? The guys, our excuse, what's our excuse? We don't have an excuse. We just have to say it was an honest mistake. I'm really sorry. Okay. Now, if you do it again and again and again, it's no longer an honest mistake. Do you see how that works? So she probably will forgive you the first time, maybe even the second time, but by the third or fourth time, you're going to get in trouble. This sounds like experience, right? Yeah, I'm old. I told you I'm old. I have lots of experience. I know what I'm talking about. Guys, if you are listening to me, you need to start paying attention to the hair, okay? All right, how about this one? Okay, I'll let it go this time because it was an honest mistake, but don't be late again. Okay, I could say that to my students, for example. My students often come in late to class. Some students, they come up to me and they say, oh, there's traffic, or, oh, I'm so sorry, my phone died and the alarm didn't go up. Everybody's got an excuse or reason. So the first time, I could say to them, all right, look, it's an honest mistake. It's okay this time. But again, if my student does that over and over and over again, I had some students this semester, they missed 7 classes, I think, and the limit is 5. They can only miss 5 classes, and these guys missed 7 classes. Okay, it's no longer an honest mistake, right? There's no forgiving anymore. I just gave them an F, and I hope they're happy with their F, but that kind of thing. So if you're late once or twice, you can say, oh, it was an honest mistake. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Or your boss might say, don't be late again. Or this one, we should have never started dating. It was an honest mistake. But I don't know how to break up with him. It was an honest mistake. Have you ever been in that kind of situation where you started dating someone, you started a relationship, and then after some time you realize that was a mistake, probably an honest mistake. Because when you start a relationship with someone, you're not trying to make a mistake, right? You're trying to make it work. But later you might realize it was a mistake, and you can call that an honest mistake because nobody's at fault. There's nobody's to blame, okay? But then you get to the point where you don't know what to do. You want to break up, you want to go your separate ways, but it's hard because feelings involved, all of that stuff. And that is when you can say it was an honest mistake. Okay, and then one more. Hey, you could say, hey, sorry, I called too early. I forgot the time is different in LA. It was an honest mistake. Yeah, this has happened to me. Have you ever had that? Have you ever called internationally, and the time is different? I've called people before in America and I forgot, it's too late or it's too early. That kind of thing. Very simple situation. You can just say, hey, look, I'm so sorry. It was an honest mistake. Let me call you back in an hour or something like that, right? And then they'll hang up the phone and curse you because you woke them up too early. That happens sometimes in business. Hopefully you don't do that in business. You better check the time difference. They have apps for that. All right, well, lots of different situations. Again, any time you made a mistake, but you didn't mean to make the mistake. It wasn't really your fault. It was nobody's fault. It was just an honest mistake. Then you can use that phrase. All right, well, there you go, everybody. That's good. That's a lot of stuff for you to use. Study it, practice it, write it down, try to use it in a sentence. If you want to, you can do it on my blog in the comment section or on Podtea, where this podcast is posted, in the comment section. Anywhere where there's a comment section, just try to use it in a sentence. All right, if you do that, it'll be good for you. It'll help you to remember it and use it in the future. All right, everybody. Well, that's it for this week's podcast. I hope you have a great week, a great weekend, and we'll be back next week with another one. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Keep it a buck, yeah. You feeling stuck, yeah. Fresh out of luck, yeah. All through the mud, yeah. When I'm feeling down, gotta look up, yeah. That's where I'm leaning, yeah. That's where I trust. I can't get no push, I don't need it though.
This audio podcast is brought to you by Mitch's 무료영어, an interactive online learning experience for you to learn how to speak like a native English speaker. Also brought to you by Mitch's Daily English Naver blog and Facebook page. Go to www.mitchininenglish.com to download Mitch's 무료영어 application for free today.
That's God, I don't need y'all. That's God, I don't need y'all. That's God, I don't need y'all. I ain't get your text, you sound like blah blah blah. Ooh.